landmine, and it started with her own.
Court spokesperson talking, and I got more juicy stuff in just a second. Listen.
It would help if you had a camera. Okay. The judge heard arguments. He heard out the county counsel's office representing the sheriff. He heard the defense. He heard the city attorney. He ruled that he was remanding Ms. Hilton to the sheriff's custody to serve the remainder of her sentence at the Century Regional Detention.
No! No!
Shut
No!
up.
Shut up.
Pan up, show this man, show him.
Address them. Other than what you heard on the record, yes. The only thing I could add to that is that sometime around 8:15 this morning, Judge Sauer redirected the Sheriff's Department to go to her home, pick her up, and bring her in.
And do you know who initially authorized the teleconferencing?
Well, I don't. I don't. The judge indicated he has no idea. Who knows?
Does he have to go straight to back to Linwood, or can she go back home to wrap up her things? How does it work in this case?
Ask the sheriff.
Okay, give me his number.
How did she look? How did she look?
Okay, Smarty.
It sounds like there's tension between you and the sheriff. Can you talk a little bit about that?
No, look, our relationship with the sheriff is very solid and very well grounded. They are our security force. They are the entirety of the security we all depend on every day. They were there in that courtroom. We appreciate their presence. That is the Court Services Division. There is no tension in that respect with the sheriff. It is, however, a misstatement. It was a misstatement that the court authorized that particular decision. That's the only issue, or the only thing at issue. We are not denigrating the sheriff. To the contrary, we are delighted with the quality of service and security that we receive from them every day.
Yeah, but you weren't delighted when you let her go home. Alan, you know, from the outside, this looks like the Keystone Cops. This has turned into
here's the sequence of events as I understand it to have occurred. As the judge said from the bench, yesterday afternoon, the undersheriff called him. Undersheriff asked him if he would modify the terms of his sentencing order. The judge said on the record that he advised the undersheriff to file appropriate documents with a factual basis, an appropriate factual basis. He said that didn't happen.
Is everybody looking at this guy in the background here with his mouth open?
Judge Sauer,
I mean, how weird is that with the I Love Paris hat? That's a plant from a television show.
Directing the sheriff.
I mean, I'm like, is Stuttering John next?
For a hearing this morning.
Baba Booey. You know, this is what we've come to. I got some good stuff here from the judge. Right when he got in his car, he said, and this is today, I at no time condoned the actions of the sheriff, and at no time told him I approved of said actions. He said of the decision to release Harris from jail after 3 days. Quoting again, at no time did I approve of the defendant being released from custody to her home on Kings Road. His Honor is displeased.
And His Honor has the final say, as the sheriff just learned a few minutes ago.
He is the decider.
Yes.
He done
the
decided.
real decider.
Listen to this guy and watch the guy with the mouth open in the back. He's funny, isn't it? You'll see him tonight on Jimmy Kimmel or something.
This is no different than any other defendant in custody being ordered to court. That's all he did.
Clearly, there's no.
I would not characterize it as an emergency order.
You would say that this happens every day, where a judge would.
No. I'm saying defendants are brought from jail, in custody defendants are brought from their custody facilities to courthouses, thousands of them a day. This is no different than that. The fact that Ms. Hilton was in a different custody status at the moment
didn't change
the reality that the procedures that the deputies follow and the court follows are that she was in custody. She would be treated as a custody inmate. That's what we did. It's what he ordered. It's what the sheriff executed this morning.
See the freak show in the back, what he's doing? You see this? Is this what we've become?
You know, I don't know that there is much different about this case. I really don't. I think that the judge has said it on the record better than I could possibly say it, but
Alan,
this does
true or
not
false? She
strike
looked
me as
totally
unusual.
hot. She looked totally hot.
See there, I told you.
Yeah.
There can't be a bigger mockery of justice. He can't add any fuel to this fire. I mean, come on.
I don't think
Card
so.
laid.
I think what he said was, on the record, that he'd seen no evidence, no documents to support the contention that there's a medical condition. That's what he said.
Alan, can you describe her demeanor in the
Wait,
courtroom?
huh?
What was the medical condition?
That was not addressed on the record. I didn't hear it.
Did you get any inference from the sheriff's representatives that they are now going to file the documentation that was talked about yesterday, and that we may go through another cycle of this, where the document
Another cycle?
the judge can be released and she does go home again?
I have no idea. I really don't. That's a question for county council. Pardon? I'm just not going to go there.
Alan, can you describe Paris's demeanor in the courtroom?
Can you describe Paris's demeanor?
You know, again, that kind of description, the defendant's apparent
I'll describe it if you want.
state, first
I
of
feel
all,
like Mystery
I'm not,
Science Theater all of a
I'm
sudden.
not anyone who can evaluate that. Secondly, it would be really inappropriate